Good.
Yep.
Cool. All right, sweet.
Try to blur my background here.
Looks good. Yeah, I've been not feeling great the past couple of days, but I feel good now.
The apartment looks sick. You should keep it.
Mine, there's nothing on the walls. It looks like a fucking homeless person lives here.
It's that clean though.
Yeah, it does look clean.
It's super modern looking.
I should maybe I'll unhide it then.
I mean, I think it looks good. You got the
I copied Danny and got the whiteboard back here, like the big rolling whiteboard. I saw that in his apartment and I was like, oh, I gotta get that.
I got mine right here, but mine's smaller. Oh, you could actually see it.
Sweet, cool.
Oh, I can see it on the corner, yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching this on the replay, it's probably best to skip ahead a minute or two. Let some people get in here. We didn't have this one scheduled, so due to me. So that's why. We'll take a sec for people to hop in. What's up, Amanda? What's up, Trent? What's up, Jason? Michael Austin? What's up with you? If any of you guys like watching on the replay or anything are going to ASD next week, love to see you there. I will be there. You'll see me wearing my Celeramp shirt with the gang right there. Just feel free to say hi.
Did you bring are you bringing a couple Celeramp shirts?
Well, I'm pretty sure we're over 100 deep. Yeah, in terms of like how many we're bringing. Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Right there. What up, Liliana? What's up,
I don't know where mine went.
You probably have one of the burner ones from Miami, the ones with the line or the dots on it, right there. Cool. All right, we got 33 you guys in here. Make sure you guys let us know any questions. We're gonna be on for 30 minutes or so. Whatever you guys need, feel free to just let us know. Oh, dude, Peter, for sure. Yeah, need an XL. What's up, Derek? Yeah, dude, without even a question, Peter. Don't even worry about that. On that.
Is that my man Turo Pete?
That is indeed in the flesh right there. Yeah. There, cool.
You said
cool.
Turo Pete? Does he do some Turo rentals?
Yeah. You know I'm on Twitter. I'd be shocked if you didn't.
I'm pretty sure it's in his like Twitter.
It is too. Yeah. Yeah. Someone stole. I was so devastated. Oh no. How do you deal with?
Who would
sellers?
Steal that?
How do you deal with sellers who will undercut you by a penny to nothing? Don't undercut them. Understand that if they're stupid, they probably don't have a lot of stock count, so they're probably not going to be on the listing for a while. And I mean, you're no better than them if you're trying to undercut them back and such. And if the listing's selling quick, like the types of listings you should be buying, pretty low rank stuff, the buy box is going to go higher all the time than just the lowest person.
Is my camera like red shaded?
I don't think so. I think it looks pretty normal.
I might just have sunburn. I can't tell.
Yeah, you've been eating too many seed oils right there.
Last time listing on the raise my price now, there's no buy box.
Oh no, lower. I mean, either way, the nice part is if you're the only person, you're still going to get the sales, but it does slow it down, unfortunately. Right there. So try lowering it back to where it was. Higher volume listings more and more over time. Yeah, that's good. Exactly. Yeah, because there's a lot more price flexibility. People hop on. They don't have a lot of stock counts. So if they do undercut, they stay in a while.
Oh, sorry.
You were saying?
I was gonna say let's touch on the whole loan thing because I've been seeing that come up a bunch in terms of what should be considered, things like that. I mean, first and foremost, right? You shouldn't be considering any sort of private funding, any sort of funding at all, without knowing your business numbers to the decimal, to the penny. Right, you should know exactly how much your softwares are costing, how much every single manufactured product costs. Are there any miscellaneous fees in your prep center? What's your entire production cost? Really dive into how much you're making each and every month, right? Because from there, then you can start to do some analytics. Total up how much that loan is going to cost from an actual fee perspective, and then how much. What kind of my rule of thumb is, first and foremost, can you spend it in a week, right? Because if you don't know exactly what you're going to spend that loan on in a week, then you probably don't have enough products to
scale. Yeah, where you're confident enough and stuff. Yeah.
And I would even take that a step further and say that if you don't have a professional bookkeeper that's giving you a profit and loss statement every month that details line by line exactly what your gross profit is, your operating expenses, and your net profit, then just because you have your numbers entered in a seller board like a Google sheet, that's not accurate, right? You need a professional bookkeeper that can provide you a P&L. And only once you have that P&L and only once you know how to read that P&L, should you even consider taking a loan. And honestly, the Amazon loans typically don't have the best terms. So your best bet is going to be a line of credit with either a local bank or local credit union. And then Amazon loan, I wouldn't call it a last resort, but just really make sure that you're able to pay it back on time. And like Garrett said, that you have the inventory available to spend it on immediately.
Because the thing is, right, as if you can, assuming you know exactly what you're going to buy, that next step is, okay, well, how much profit are you going to make on that inventory? Then it's a simple equation, but in terms of, okay, keep in mind this is only the first turn. Obviously, you're going to turn it more, right? But you should be profitable after the first purchase. So how much are you going to spend? What's the cost of the loan in its entirety? And you should be turning a profit at that point. And then obviously you're going to be able to turn that money time and time again, which makes it even more worthwhile. But after that first turn, you should know exactly what you're going to buy, what the expected margin is going to be, what the return on that margin is going to be in terms of time frame. And that makes that decision a whole lot easier.
What clothing and shoe brand should you stay away from selling? None of them. I mean, unless the brand like IPs, which if you're asking that question, you should be finding products via reverse sourcing. So you're not going to be looking at listings other resellers already don't sell right there. So yeah, I don't really see why you would stay away from any if you don't mean besides like IPs and stuff. Ever been an instance where you order a large quantity of a product and you don't get ungated using them? Nope, never happened. Never will either.
To kind of go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say
we're off our game. We're off our game. Yeah. We took it like 2 weeks off. Yeah.
Real quick. So as far as just buying a large quantity and not being able to get ungated, so I mean, 99% of the time that invoice will work to get you ungated. There are one-off situations where for whatever reason it won't. So I, as a rule of thumb, will never go deep on a product. We won't go deep on a brand unless we're already ungated. And if that means that we've got to go on Walmart.com and buy 10 units even at a loss just to get ungated real quick, then I'm going to make sure that we do that before we spend a lot of money on a big order from a distributor.
And I mean, continuing on that point, a lot of people don't take that even the step further, right? If you're newer, if you have any sort of hesitancy, the same theory, the same methodology applies if you want to validate your order, right? Say there's a $15,000, $20,000, $50,000 MOQ, and you're like, oh, I don't know if these products are going to do well. I don't have the confidence. I want to validate even more. Instead of going to and approaching your sales rep and say, hey, can I just buy 20, 30, 100 of each just to make sure I'm covered on my side? Take that product, find it legitimately anywhere. Yes, you may lose a couple $100 on that smaller scale, but the value and the validation going into that purchase with the confidence and the expectation of really what's going to happen is so much more valuable than the couple $100 that you lost. So the same ungating methodology works just as well, even if you have any sort of lack of confidence in any sort of the products.
How many ASINs do you shoot for sending in a month, including OA and wholesale? Is it strictly based on what you want to spend per month? Yeah, ASIN count's a vanity metric, man. Focus on making the money you want to make. And, over time, you're going to get more comfortable with higher quantities of stuff. That's going to lead to less ASINs right there. But, if you're asking that question, it probably what you want to be doing is just placing test orders on as many profitable ASINs as you can find. And then over time, you're going to be able to restock those. You're going to get better at finding new items. Then you're going to buy bigger quantities of those. That's just going to grow your business right there. Sadiq, month check-in. Sadiq's right on his way to his first 100 month right there. I know he's already past 50, but Sadiq, do let us know. Right there. Sadiq was in high school 15 months ago as well, for anyone wondering. How to sell hazmat products. So you got to get approved to FBA hazmat products, right? But you can FBM them whenever you want, right?
Yeah, you just got to make sure you ship them on the ground. You got to print out that triangle diamond
label. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you have to obviously keep it on the ground.
For Miles, I just moved into my dorm today. Ooh. Yeah.
And quick note on the hazmat product. So yeah, so there's like an approval process. I don't think it's invite only, or I think actually I do think it's invite only. I think that you used to be able to request.
Yeah, I think so.
Program. Now they have to invite you, but as far as any experience selling them, so we've sold a good bit of hazmat in the past. The thing about hazmat is if you're selling a couple of units at a time, it's not going to be profitable since you can't ship partnered carriers. So hazmat really only makes sense to do at scale if you're able to ship at least a couple of pallets worth at a time. Otherwise, shipping will kill you.
Interesting. Cool. Okay. Can you talk about the main issues I should be figuring out? Iran, could you be a little bit more specific so we can get some more context? on that strategically, is ASD more short term? Is it long term relationship a goal? The goal with everything should be long term benefit, because that's where the least competition exists. That's where other people won't do. So you definitely want to be thinking long term on that. And Corey, you want to kind of dig further into that with as someone with a little bit more wholesale experience? Or
So I see ASD. I mean, you could look at it as a short-term play. You could look at it as a long-term play. A short-term play meaning that you can go, like, we'll be placing orders at the show, right? So it's short-term in the sense that you can spend money at the show with suppliers that you just met right then and there. But it's a long-term play in the sense that you want to then take those relationships online, right? So when you get home, you want to follow up with the people that you talk to. You want to call them, you want to email them, you want to do continued business with them over time, because that's how, when ASD comes around next year, you walk right up to their booth. They know who you are because you've been doing business together for the last 6, 8, 9 months. And it's so much easier to get better discounts in that case. So, and quick, just plug too. So for those of you that aren't aware of my podcast, it's the Amazon Wholesale Podcast. I've got an episode dropping Wednesday, where I talked to Danny Sordo. Some of you might know him. He's a wholesale seller.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my guy, actually. Yeah, I completely know who you're talking about. Yeah,
he's a homie.
Cool,
and so we talk. It was like a 30-minute episode, pretty much all about trade shows. We go deep on ASD, like our strategy. So if you're going to ASD, or if you're considering going to ASD, or even if you're missing out this year for whatever reason, I think that episode will help you a lot. I mean, I learned from Danny.
And you said that's coming Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday. So that'll be on my YouTube and all podcast platforms.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Danny does like really nice scale, and he has a 9 to 5 as well. It's like a pretty cool setup, basically, right there. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, cool. And Stacy says everyone I've run into steers clear of hazmat. Stacy, that's exactly why I like hazmat, because one, like I said, not everybody's approved to sell it, so there is that barrier to entry. And even people that are approved to sell it, a lot of times they avoid it, right? Because you can't ship partner carrier, because shipping is going to be a lot more expensive, because sometimes they're harder products to source and manage. But those are the reasons that I like it.
Danny Huso, our friend Danny Sorto, Sorto. And you got to check out, if you subscribe to Corey's YouTube, you'll see that when it comes out on, I believe it's Wednesday, you said, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then we'll definitely do an ASD recap, on us three, too, on that. Do you guys mind sending where you're staying in the private chat? I'm curious. I'll send where I'm staying, too, because I have no idea the geography of Vegas.
Yeah, I'm at an Airbnb. I was at the Wynn.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You got to be on the strip, Miles. You got to be on the strip.
All right. Well, bro, you're acting like I'm not. I am.
You're in a good spot, Miles. You're in a good spot.
Oh, really? Okay. Like, is that like a nice place? I'd heard.
Yeah, it's a nice place on the strip.
All right. Cool. W Crew, what up? What up, Prodigy? Damn, Prodigy got the Clips channel rolling now. Okay. Please tell me where I can see this session later. Right there. So yeah, save this video link, man. It's gonna be right up on here. Man, it'll be this will be up. Chilling right there.
Corey, are you using that mic? You're kind of like echoing.
Am I? Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure.
Chad used the mic. Are there any shows in Miami coming soon? Dude, Miami's such a big city. There's got to be some trade shows around here. I have no idea, though. You can definitely find out on Google. Right there. And then our friends are hosting the Miami Sellers Conference, which is probably going to be in January or February, which is not necessarily like a trade show, but more just like kind of a big convention of the
Amazon Reseller Basketball Tournament is going down that weekend.
Yeah, you guys say that, and you guys just don't come to Miami, like acting like I'm not sitting here handing out buckets 3 times a week, like with an open invite to any of you guys.
He's talking about us?
Yeah, you.
Bro,
anybody.
What's going on?
Well, not anybody, but like, yeah.
Anybody that's decent.
Yeah.
Who mainly plays, like you and Danny?
And then I mean randoms. Like it's a major band of characters. Like I mean it's you pull like, I mean, any inner city YMCA, like
that was literally my childhood. We went to the YMCA every single day after school for like 7 years straight, playing basketball every day. It was like that was everything.
It's the name of the game.
And my mic should be better now. My webcam mic
I think it is better now. Yeah.
What clothing brands are notorious for IP complaints?
That's a good question.
The bigger issue with clothing is Amazon, right? So Under Armour, Adidas, Amazon's going to be really notorious for being on those. So you'll just want to filter out Amazon from the history and from the current data points of what you're looking at, and that'll kind of give you a warmer, better result data set. But in terms of IP complaint, Miles, you probably know better than I don't really know that there are any, right?
I don't know. I mean, if you're just doing reverse sourcing, you're not gonna. You guys hear that right there?
Yeah.
You guys see it? No. Okay. You're not gonna come across brands at IP if you can see it being sold. If you can, you're gonna see the Keepa charts. You're not gonna buy anything that looks bad. Right there. Any tips on expanding my Twitter connections? Look at what everyone else does that's really having success with it and do that, right? So get on video, post a lot, and then just let time do its thing, right? Like if the more you can share your personality, the more people are going to find things to relate to you with. Show your face.
Go to Pete's Twitter, Pete's Flips Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good example. Yeah.
He did it as good as anyone has, right? Posted videos from the beginning. He found his squad. They're all killing it. They're all.
I made it. I made their squad, but hey, matchmaker.
And then write threads too, like write
group chat that they made without you though.
Oh, this is lit. Wait.
Well, real quick. So if you're trying to grow on Twitter, like write daily threads. And if you're not in a position where you feel comfortable teaching people, like maybe you are newer, just write daily threads about what you're working on, right? What you're doing. You could write a thread about, let's see, a supplier that you reached out to where maybe you got denied, but what you learned from it, right? Like just, there's always a learning opportunity in everything that you're doing. And so just writing kind of long form about what you're working on seems to work pretty well for a lot of people.
Pete, put your,
he's in the chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Chat so people can go look you up. If you're looking to grow on Twitter, that's the methodology. That's the.
Oh, dude. Okay, we're all staying super close to each other. That's fire. Damn, I can't fucking wait. Oh my gosh, I can't fucking wait.
Way close. It's all you can see all the hotels right down the line.
Oh, for real? Cool,
Yeah.
Cool. Just starting out fully FEM. Can I exclusively ship shoes and small products in white poly mailers? So I would put shoes in boxes. Other than that, yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like something that's going to get crushed in a poly mailer, which it isn't a lot of stuff, you'll be chilling. Softwares to source products. SellerAmp and Keepa, man, Rudy. Yeah, check out. I got like an hour-long source meet. I'm gonna make another one tomorrow, I think. I'll send a link to it. It's like 45 minutes of me printing wealth with SellerAmp and Keepa.
It also depends on what your goal is, right? If you're looking to source brands or wholesale suppliers, Google and Smart Scout's going to be your best friend, right? If it's more OA related, not Smart Scout, SellerAmp, Keepa, and then Keepa Product Finder is going to be awesome. Check out my YouTube, check out Miles' YouTube. We both have a bunch of good Keepa Product Finder content that you can execute on, right? And specific sourcing filters and methodologies and things like that. So check out both our YouTubes, but.
Nike is hard to ungate with Kohl's. My bros tried like 7 times. Just try a different retailer. That it does work. It just happens to have taken you as many times as it took me with Converse.
I heard Target is the best, or maybe not the best, but the easiest retail store to ungate from. Is that true?
You're about to get attacked in the comments probably for
Is that not the case?
I mean, they all work. Like like the vast majority of people get approved for the first time with everything. Yeah, I mean, especially if your account sold some items, right? Corey is facts. We got to fix that spelling, spaceship. Don't even worry about it right there.
That was good.
I was like, wait a second.
Damn, so you're landing Thursday. I'm pretty much getting there Saturday though, because I land at 11:30 p.m. West Coast time.
On Saturday.
Friday. Yeah, but because I'm hanging out with Rick and Profit on Friday, so I scheduled it pretty late so that I had time for that.
Nice.
In Miami.
Okay, nice.
I actually heard that. Oh, cool. Yeah, man. I mean, I guarantee that it works. I've seen it work. It's just like whatever kind of your guys' preference. They disabled me from applying on that ASIN again. They did not disable you from applying on that ASIN again. They disabled you from applying with the same info on that ASIN again. So you can easily just change around the info. Right there. Do you think it's bad to only focus on brands? No, dude. I mean, if you call 500 distributors tomorrow, you'll get better results. If you call 500 brands tomorrow, you get better results. Like they both work. You just got to do more volume of it. I
would do both. Right? They both have different advantages and disadvantages. Like brand, for example, they're probably going to be able to qualify the products a little bit more in terms of starting with a listing, starting with a product, starting with a brand on Amazon that you've already qualified based on all the metrics you're looking for, and then reaching out to the brand. Distribution account, it's a little bit harder to make those qualifications. A lot of times you'll end up with a catalog that you put effort in to get that you don't really know what's in it, right? Could be a bunch of products that are on Amazon that don't sell well. Could be a bunch of products that are on Amazon that do, and probably a little bit of both. Ultimately, also, you don't really have an idea in terms of pricing as well.
We got wealth being generated in real time. My boy got the buy box back. Will so ASD? There's not really speakers.
There's
It's
no
like
speakers,
yeah, it's like a trade show. Yeah, I mean, there's
And I
gonna be
wanted
oh yeah.
Sorry, before we get too far away from what the question that Garrett just answered. So that person that asked, is it better to talk to brands or is it better to talk to distributors? So, I mean, like Garrett said, both, right? You're going to want to have both. But I personally like to let my brand outreach lead to my distributor outreach. And so what I mean by that is that I like to start with a list of brands, say 50, 70, 100 different brands, reach out to all of them. And naturally, not every one of them is going to give you an account. In fact, most of them probably won't. But the ones that there are plenty of brands out there that don't sell direct to anybody. They only sell through distributors. So when I come across a brand like that, I like to say, okay, I understood you don't sell to retailers like myself. Would you be willing to introduce me to a distributor that services my area? Right. So that way, one, you now know a distributor that carries that brand's product. So if you can get an account with that distributor, you can access those products. And two, as long as you present yourself properly, that brand is going to be willing to make an introduction to that distributor for you. Best case is they send an email to that distributor and copy you. And so when that email is coming from the brand, now you have a ton of credibility behind you. That distributor is almost guaranteed to work with you in that case. So that's why I do my brand direct outreach first and let the brands tell me which distributors to work with.
I mean, depending on how you position it, that shows a lot of loyalty as well, right? Because if you position it from the perspective of, I get it. We're not necessarily the right company, but we still want to represent your brand. We still want to carry your products. It's like a very, very clean and efficient transition to, like Corey said, open up a couple other accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And again, which then may open up other brands that you didn't know about, right? Because they probably have related products inside a related category. And so you may learn about other products and brands and niches that you had no idea. Right, because you started again with an entry point brand, and now you may have 3, 4, 5 different ones that now you cannot buy from.
Bro's flexing in the Hollywood Hills, talking about don't you have a Louis Vuitton bag on in that picture? Yeah, you do, bro. Wholesale distributors are not hard to find. That's like the best place in America to find.
I was about to say LA is probably the second biggest, probably second to third most distributors up behind like Miami.
Yeah, you haven't called 1,000 of them, right? If you've called 1,000 of them, then you're allowed to say it's hard. Adidas outlets, Street Mat, Amazon carries a lot of Adidas stuff, so that scares people away. But there's a shitload of opportunity there, like people clean up.
I mean, it's easy filtering and accounting for it, right? If you're using Keeper Product Finder, filter on 90-day out of stock rate from Amazon.
Can't do that at outlets, though. But yeah,
Matt, so you mentioned the Tanger outlets. I don't know if the Tanger outlets are a chain, but we have them in North Carolina. Yeah. Oh, it is. Okay, yeah.
We have them outside of Philly too.
Yeah, convince New Jersey's like the best place in America to do it. Actually, is the best place in America to do Amazon from, because you have OA sales tax advantage, and you have like the Jersey City distribution and all that, and you ship to East Coast, so it's by far the best. Yeah.
What's some good products to source that have low returns? Groceries.
See, bro's been reading too much Fox News right there, man. Like, it's a hell of a lot easier to do wholesale from LA versus Austin, right there.
Grocery naturally just has, I'm pretty sure, a no return rate across the catalog.
Yeah. So, but if you're making under 10 grand a month profit, like, you shouldn't be worried about that. You don't make enough money to have the choice. Like, deal with the returns, in my opinion.
Would we really only look for local distributors? I mean, you could start there, but absolutely not.
Definitely not.
There's going to be a ton of brands or the accounts that you open that if you order a certain amount, they'll give you free shipping regardless.
Yeah, really, as long as a distributor ships nationwide, which most of them do. However, not everyone does, right? There's plenty of distributors out there that they only ship on their own. They only deliver on their own trucks, and they only deliver to this area, right? And they're going to have like a circle drawn around a map on their website. Those distributors aren't going to be a good fit, but most decent sized ones will ship nationwide, and any of those are fair game.
Corey, are you going to Amazon United?
Yeah, I'm speaking there on delegation. So is it for more advanced sellers? No, I mean, not really. Honestly, if you're a newer seller, it's going to be even better for you because one, the content is going to be super relevant. So you're going to learn a ton. And two, you're going to be able to network with people that are at a higher level than you, especially if you're newer. So if I'm a new wholesale seller and I'm anywhere near Newark, New Jersey, you bet your ass I'm going to be there on August 31st, meeting as many people as I can, soaking up as much information as I can. Come listen to my talk.
Have you spoken to like a big crowd before, Corey?
No, I haven't. But I mean, I don't even really see this as I'm not nervous. I don't really see this as being like a big crowd. The way James told me, I'm almost off in like a little side room, and I think I'm like literally like the last speaker of the day. So
make sure you record it. Make sure that
it's all going to be recorded. Yeah.
Since it creates man, Chad ecom scalers. Fuck brick and mortar. Right. I mean, not like obviously you can make money with anything, but yeah, no. Do you guys know what? Nah, bro. Who cares what they're changing about the homepage, man? Don't worry about it. I've no clue. I refuse to look it up. Like whatever they change, we gotta deal with it. Which I'm sure is.
I don't even really look at the. I don't really log. I mean, I obviously log into Seller Central, but I look at Seller Board more than Seller Central for sure. So as far if they're making any changes as to like the UI, it's not a big deal.
What up, Eggkeg? Damn, Eggkeg, I was worried you weren't making it tonight. Flying to ASD, damn nice. I wonder why they're doing it on a Thursday though. But I don't know.
Well, it is the Thursday before, so it's like that weekend is Labor Day weekend. So I think they assume that a lot of people.
Okay.
Garrett's
the type need to go to the Jersey Shore for
that. For what?
For Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not doing anything Labor Day weekend.
He's gonna call me. He's gonna have like a White Claw right here. He's gonna have his fake Ray-Bans right here.
Wear like a wife beater on the beach.
What kind of expenses do you track on Seller? Everything, as much as you can. All your softwares, obviously your prep fee, manufacturing fee, everything.
So not that I disagree with that. It's just that we do it differently. So in Seller Board, we only track our COGS, right? And then as far as inbound shipping, if you're shipping partnered carrier, that's going to pick that up automatically. We don't input any of our software, any of our expenses into Seller Board aside from COGS. But when we get our P&L every month from our bookkeeper, that has any of our software expenses, payroll, all that stuff included there.
You can contact Scott Needham. I got no idea if they're doing like recorded sessions or anything. What's up, Tyler? Do you prep centers list your products? Absolutely.
English, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Criminally underrated. I love that. Someone asked, is 3 niches too many when starting wholesale? I was thinking grocery, supplements, and beauty.
Well, look for good products and don't worry about the niche. Look for good data right there.
But I mean, I usually do tell people to like choose a niche, but I mean, grocery, supplements, and beauty, those aren't even niches. Like those are 3 main categories essentially. So if you're going to truly choose a niche, I would choose like a subcategory within grocery or a subcategory within supplements or a subcategory within beauty, and then go deep into that.
Yeah, I mean, for OA, it makes no sense to source by categories, but with wholesale, I think it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot more specific. You can drop brand, competitor names, product names, all that sort of stuff. And we go category by category or like niche by niche.
Favorite methods to find distributors. So Google's always been our most effective. And then coupling Google with the SpyFu method. So I wrote a thread on that recently. I think I have a YouTube video on it. I think I just recorded one. I don't know if it's out yet. But when you find a good, legit distributor lead from a Google search, then plugging it into spyfu.com and looking at the organic competitors can sometimes yield an additional 1 up to even 5 additional qualified distributor leads from that initial lead. So that can be a way to turn 1 lead into 5, which can then turn into 6, 7, 8 more, depending on if you turn around and plug those new leads into SpyFu. So that's a really big hack.
Yeah, that's some sauce. I hadn't heard about it the first time you posted the thread about it.
Yeah, somebody told me that like 3 or 4 years ago. It helped us a lot. Someone said like for groceries, my niche is edible underwear. Yeah, there you go. That might be a grocery, that might be apparel, or a mix.
Nope, you don't have to list the products that you buy for ungating.
You should. I mean, even at a loss, just to get your money back. But yeah, you don't have to.
Sweet. Okay, cool, guys. So we'll be on for a couple more minutes. So feel free to drop any final questions you guys got. Interesting. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Free or paid version of SpyFu? Somebody asked. Free version. Yeah, we've never had to pay for SpyFu. Just go to spyfu.com and just enter the URL into the search bar there. Scroll down. There'll be a section called Organic Competitors. And those organic competitors are going to be 5 other websites that SpyFu thinks are similar to the one that you entered based on the content of their website. And so the idea is if there's 5 websites that have similar wording, similar phrasing to the one that you entered, chances are they're similar. And a lot of the times they are legit distributors that you just never found before.
I've come across several products that have right numbers / charts, but can never find for profitable prices. Yes. So basically every website has a discount. You need to be able to find that. The Chrome extensions are going to do part of that. You Googling around that website coupons going to do part of it. You hitting up customer service, you talking to other sellers, right? One of those 4 methods is going to work for every website right there. No, if you only got 9 SKUs, just spend more time sourcing, man. You really need a repricer. Yet, yeah, just keep submitting it. Include more info. Put a picture of the product. Same thing for everyone.
I would love to get onto Walmart, but I don't know. I don't want to mess around with it if it's there's not much data to it.
Yeah, get a tax exempt ID for your state for sure, so you can save money and do wholesale if you want to, eventually too.
Have you ever found a good distributor on Google Maps that doesn't have a website listed? I mean, I haven't, but there's probably tons of opportunity.
I was going to say those are some of the better ones because those are the ones that have been in business for decades. If they have a website, it hasn't been updated since like 2001, and they're in some like corner of an industrial park cranking out huge volume, and nobody knows them except the people they've been working with for years. So those can't, like, if you can identify them, get an account open, get pricing, start to get quotes, you'll definitely find some gold there. I guarantee it.
I mean, just think about how many people are going to see that name without a website and go to the next one because they don't have a contact us page to fill out. They don't have an email to send to, right? There's so many people that are going to skip over that information. And again, when we're talking, just like talking about our way, it's a moat that you can use to your advantage if you're willing to.
Yeah, we're all going to ASD Market Week. Is it too late to sell clothes and shoes? People stopped buying clothes and shoes. Yeah, people stopped buying that stuff. Yeah, you can't sell it anymore, unfortunately. Right there, of course, man.
I don't think Miles is ready for Vegas.
I mean, like maybe I'll go out like once. Oh, actually,
have you been out there, Miles?
No.
Oh, you've never been?
Yeah, I'm ready to see a lot of degeneracy. Yeah, and then I'm ready to be happy to get back to Miami in a couple of days after.
Yeah, it's a place you want to spend like 3 or 4 days, Matt. Hence why I'm going Thursday until like leaving Monday.
People get trapped out there. Yeah, people get trapped.
Billy was there for like a week last year.
Oh my God. A week in Vegas sounds like a nightmare. An expensive nightmare too.
We're there Saturday. Yeah, all the food is correct.
You can't get into a restaurant for less than like $60, even if it's just you.
Yeah, we'll be there Saturday to Tuesday night, and by Tuesday night I'll be like, all right, I'm ready to get the hell home.
So it's called AMZ United. There's tons of business with wholesale names. Is it worth it? Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you call enough, you're definitely going to find. Is there going to be a worse chance of them being competent? Of course. But like, you'll be rewarded if you take the time to reach out to everyone because there definitely are some diamonds in the rough.
Right there. Scale without a credit card. I'm a non-resident, so using a 30K capital for wholesale now.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if you got 30 G's, you clearly know how to make money elsewhere. So keep doing that too.
I mean, a lot of the wholesale is going to be wired anyways.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can use your credit card into that, but without a credit card, you're pretty much in the same boat as most wholesalers.
Yeah, and most people who don't have money. Like when you got 30, you're in a substantially better place. Yeah, you just talk to the customer service and ask if they have a coupon. It's honestly just as simple as that, right? It's like, does that take work? Fuck yeah, it takes work. But then they tell you about it, and then you use that for the next year, and you make $5K. 12.
Well, and you could also even you could almost look at it from like a wholesale lens. Like you can call up customer service from some of these retail websites and say, hey, I'm looking to purchase a large quantity of X product. Do you guys have a coupon code or do you have a quantity discount? Like I guarantee you nobody in the world has ever called them and asked them that. So they have basically 2 things going through their head. A, either we can give this guy a discount because he's going to be a big buyer, or 2, no, the answer is no, right? But it doesn't hurt to ask, and you could be pleasantly surprised. So somebody said, how many cold calls do you recommend making a day if you're just starting?
All of them, as many as possible.
As many as you can, for sure. Yeah. But really, I mean, you obviously want to focus on quality. So you basically want to focus on the ones that look more legitimate first, obviously prioritize those. And then if you have time and you're still willing to make calls, then you can start to drill into the ones, like you said, that maybe have a shitty website or no website or just not as legit of a presence, at least from the scene.
Actually, Card Cash is probably the best because you can get set up with a B2B account and get discounts on top of the website. If you buy them in bulk, you can get like another 2, 3, 5% off. Don't most items on Amazon like ranch dressing have people selling on Amazon already? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I mean that's a very, very that's one of the most detailed random questions I think I've ever seen.
Wait, he said it's all about getting crafty. I called a niche retailer about a specific brand and lied, saying I wanted to export them to Africa, so they gave me their supplier. I mean, I definitely would. I don't recommend lying. It's kind of funny, honestly, that you just said that you were going to export that to Africa. I don't know why I thought that was funny, but yeah, I mean, I never recommend lying. I would just be straight up like, hey, I'm looking to buy a big quantity of this product. Can you guys get me that quantity? Or if not, could you put me in touch with somebody that does? And then they might have just done the same thing anyways.
Colorado Motorsports, especially. So if you're starting with wholesale or OA, don't worry about category. Go to 5 Nike listings that are popular, have tons of people on them. Document, write down, reference every single OA seller, right, under 200, 300 reviews, and go through every single product in every one of those categories or storefronts. You're going to find your next 2 to 3 products, guaranteed. Right? Because again, Miles and I talked about this on the podcast today, right? We're looking through filtered information is always going to be the most efficient way to source OA. And anytime you're in a storefront, the theory is those products have probably been combed through, right? Those products have probably been purchased profitably at one point. Your only objective is to replicate that purchase. A lot of times you won't be able to because of a sale or something like that, but sometimes you will. But if you stack a lot of those products on top of each other, meaning you go through 500, 1,000, 3,000 products, of those products inside adjacent storefronts, you're bound to have success.
We should not
100%. Alex, so real quick, yeah, shout out to Alex. Good stuff, man. So
that's fine.
He did a consulting call with me back. This was months ago, back when I was still offering those. He was one of the first guys I talked to, and yeah, he is one of the few that would pay for a call, get information. I'd basically give him all the steps to take, and he actually implemented. Whereas, as you guys know, most people don't. So, Alex, that's good stuff, man. Keep it up.
Fine. That's fucking awesome.
And now you just got the return on that coaching call 1,000 times over.
100%. Yeah, easily.
How do I find profitable products faster? By looking at warmer, more qualified, more filtered products that are less combed through.
Is there, dude, people make it, bro, they're listing shit and it's selling, man. I don't know. Right there, it's, I mean, they're just listing products and that, on proven listings, and they're selling stuff. I mean, I don't know kind of what else to tell you right there.
The fastest way to find products is to get really quick at disqualifying products, right? The quicker, and this is going to be the main differentiator between any sort of OA seller. The quicker
you're lying, bro is lying.
Some of these comments,
bro, yeah, you would be the type of dude to ask like how to FBM right there, getting drugged by a hooker. I don't believe that though.
But it's funny because that's like the least crazy stuff that happens out there. Like that's like everyday stuff in Vegas. Not that I would know, but there's some stories that go around.
That's good shit, Corey.
Just ordered 400 plush at 413 that sell for 38 on Amazon. Awesome. Yeah, are those seasonal? Are they selling it for 38 right now, or do they sell for 38 during Q4? Either way, sounds like you got a good deal there.
Why does OA generally have better margins than wholesale? That's not true. You just haven't found enough. You just haven't gotten a good pricing or haven't done wholesale long enough.
So Victor,
I really have to hop off. I got an 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, keep the money in business as long as possible. Right there. Cool. All right. Follow these guys on socials. SellerAmp, keep up. Get after it. You can do this, guys. I believe in you. Right there. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. What else? Yeah. Oh, man. Cousin Elijah. We were worried. That was the one person we were missing from the normal crowd. Right there. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Get after it on the. All right, man. Catch the replay. We'll see you in the next one. Sweet.
See you
Everyone
guys.
have a great night. Damn, G-Body just dipped right there.
Yeah.